Harris, the chat, we are back. This is take two. The teams have loaded up. Game one of the Xbox side finals is here. Harris, are you excited?
I'm Anthony. I've been waiting for this finals. I've been trying to watch as much of this tournament as I can. This no-look team, they're just so disgusting. Kaii has been fantastic. Slaughter's been great. Krazy showing why he was the number one overall pick. This is a very talented team. We know that Jumper and Sick, they got something up their sleeve.
They absolutely do. And of course, we're not going to have any bias here, but you've got 5 league players going up against 2. That's been the talk coming into it. Let's see what type of action we get here. You've got Bash coming right, automatically getting double teamed there, Harris. And something down low, when you try to mash, as he tried right there, it's going to be a little tougher, right? It's easy to get contests, especially down low, as we get a nice green from Public Enemy to take the lead 3-0 here.
Yeah, the matchup at center is going to be huge. Slaughter taking on Sick. Obviously, 2 league players, but also 2 fantastic Pro-Am centers. I mean, these are guys who have been in the Pro-Am community for years. This is definitely not their first matchup, but, the defensive side of the ball, Sick's going to have to play a different role. We know that Slaughter is a fantastic offensive rebounder. You got to stop the second chance points with a team with this much shooting talent.
Tried to play 2 there, and he successfully contested with 21%. Rebound going the other way with Token. Token's someone else who we don't even know. Is he going for the league? Is he trying to be a GM? We'll find out soon, but for now, he gets plucked. And we're going the other way, and Shiftay gets blocked. And that ball's going to stay inbounds. Almost went out of bounds. Coming right back, Slaughter. Passes right back out, top of the key. Tied it up, 3-3. We're going to see a lot of that, Harris. Yeah, offensive boards by Slaughter, kicking it right back to his teammate, Kaii.
Yeah, that's just what we talked about, man. You cannot give Kaii second chance opportunities. He's just going to kill you. That's what they were able to do against Empire Gaming. As good as Dayfry is, Slaughter was just able to get enough offensive boards, and Kai's just not going to miss open shots. He's probably the best open shooter in all of 2K, outside of maybe Splash.
Tried to do a walk back there, unsuccessful. Defensive board, launching it down low. And that's something I haven't really seen a lot of passes go out of bounds when you're just launching it. We'll see. Always fast break. You want to get back on the defensive end as well to avoid those fast break, easy buckets as you get a nice corner dot. It's just a 3-fest at the moment. No one's trying to go inside. Matter of fact, point guards nowadays with this game, as soon as they have a layup or a wide open lane, they don't want to take it. They're walking back for the midi, or they're trying to go take a 3 because it's a lot easier to get blocked down low. You can't really get contact dunks as often as you could have in previous games.
I consider
we've got about 6 seconds left here.
I consider that to be my official impact on all of 2K. Shoot more threes is alive and well, especially in Pro-Am. The amount of threes that have been shot every single year since I joined the league has only gone up. So I expect that to continue. Shoot more threes, baby.
Shoot more threes. I need to see a popper maybe come out here and surprise us. You've got Kaii with the ball dancing around from the right hash. Gets a Krabby Patty, but shoots an early one. Not something you expect from Shiftay. As again, you see that launch coming right back down low. Big rim, trying to make something happen. Shoots it, not going to go, but you get the offensive board by Sick. Trying to challenge Slaughter down low, and he gets it. Public Enemy taking a 1-point lead with about 2:23 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, great to see Sick go to the match there. Center mashing is really back. Nice steal. But yeah, we're going to see a lot of stuff in the paint over the course of a lot of these centers in Pro-Am. Mashing is definitely back. If you know how to do it, you can get some easy points in the paint.
You definitely do. And if you remember, just right now, we saw on the other side, had a wide open lane to dunk, but instead decided to take the midi, which unfortunately he wasn't able to connect. But that's something we'll see a lot more of as you get a foul there right outside the 2-minute mark.
Not a lot of action from either point guard so far. Bash has been really quiet. He's been deferring to Kaii so far. Not a lot from Jumper either. They haven't really been able to get anything going from their guards.
They tried to play 2 on the left-hand side, got the pass off on the right hash, didn't go. And that's going to be easy buckets, transition points. Got to get back on defense as you've got no look with the 3-point lead. Minute 42 left to go in this one. Jumper got trapped there. Smart timeout, though, there, Harris, because if he tried to pass that one, probably would have easily been stolen.
Yeah, you just cannot lose possessions against this team. We saw it in the semifinals against against Empire Gaming, I guess they're called now. It's just you can't lose possessions against Kaii and Slaughter and Bash. You just can't. They're going to kill you on the other end offensively and in transition. Taking timeouts is fine, but just you got to find ways to really secure these possessions. Empty possessions in the first quarter, like those kind of shots, man, they kill you down the stretch.
one, I'm not sure where that right corner was in terms of the defender. He left him a little too open, but it doesn't matter because the shot was missed. Anyway, nice little bump steal going the other way. Easy two, cutting it down to a 1-point lead for no look with about 1:09 left to go. Shifty Kaii bringing it up the court. Already talked about it. Shifty Kaii, all-star for the NBA 2K League. Misses that one, though. Slaughter, not the first time he's gotten the offensive board. Kicks it right back out, but instead it's stolen by Sick. Going the other way. Passes it down the court. Smart job by Jumper by not taking the layup attempt, but not quite sure. It looks like the pass was deflected there.
Yeah, the power forward for Public Enemy. He goes by the name Royal now. I know him as Dior Kicks from last year's pre-draft process. So the name Royal might not remind too many people, but yeah, the Dior Kicks name definitely rings a bell.
Kaii getting double teamed on the left corner, comes right back out, top of the key, dancing around, trying to get some room. Gets a pick from his center, Slaughter. About 5 seconds left to go. Puts it down low. Slaughter. Successful attempt down low. I'm a little surprised. I thought he was going to get a little bit more contest there, but we've got no shot clock.
Mashy, India. We're getting mashy down low.
Hey, as a wannabe big man, I am perfectly fine with this type of gameplay. You get the right corner, dotted up for another three. 11.1 seconds left to go. 12-12. We are knotted up here, tied. Let's see if they decide to take the best shot or the last shot. King Bash being patient here, but he's got 3 seconds left to go. Left corner. That shot's not going to go, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. It is 12-12 between both of these teams. Started off hitting a lot of threes, but no one's gotten a chance to take away this game here and pull away from it.
No,
you've got Jumper being double teamed.
Crazy.
Yeah, you've got Jumper, who's had 2 assists, but doesn't have any points, as you mentioned. And another fast break opportunity here. Passes it right to the corner.
That's brutal. You pass it off the other guy on the team's face, and it turns into a 3 for the other team. That sucks.
You got to love the blinders badge and all the other badges that I'm sure you're familiar with the mismatch badge and everything else. I mean, it's a great game. I love the gameplay. I love on the offensive side and the defensive side as well. The Public Enemy saying, I don't care how many league teams you have or how many league players you have. As you get a nice deflection there. And that's the thing, right? Again, I'm not sure. In that situation, earlier 2Ks, you're easily taking the 2 points as get a nice pass back to Big Rim to hit the 3. But now you're a little afraid to get blocked. You're a little afraid to get it contested. You're passing it back, and that's where those steals will happen. You got to be a little bit more careful. 6-point lead here for Public Enemy.
Outstanding read on that last possession by Token. Great steal. I'm surprised he didn't take the 2, but obviously they got the 3. So all's well that ends well, right? Shoot more threes, baby. Keep it up.
Shoot. Nice patience there. Nice patience there by Slaughter with a pump fake. Had the defender jump and then took it in for 2 points. Jumper breaking the press here, passing it down to Sick. Resets it, gets it right bound back. Nice little pinch there, and you've gone the other way now with Shifty Kaii. Tried to get it down low to his own man, but instead it's Token who gets a steal. And now this reminds me of where you get 5 steals within 10 seconds. And Big Rim says, no steal here. 3, greens it, 21-14, timeout by No Look to talk things over as they're down 7 with about 3:30 left to go in the second quarter.
Big Rim, 4 of 4 from 3 in the first couple quarters here. He's been outstanding, but it's just so unfair to go up against somebody like Kaii, man. He's basically a point guard, a shooting guard, and a secondary lockout there all at once. He's just so difficult to hang with.
Contested shot there, but again, that's offensive board, passing it right back out.
That's a free. That's an easy free right there. Comes off the left corner, trying to get the board. That's just an easy one for Slaughter.
Also a smart timeout by No Look. You know the momentum's not going in your favor as you get a green from Token on the right hash. You know the momentum's not in your favor. Call a timeout. Reset, and let's try to get back in this game.
Their defense, they're just not rotating very well right now on the No Look side. They're leaving a lot of guys open for 3. Nice shot, though.
6% cover. Doesn't matter. Greens it. 4-point game. Jumper being very patient as he gets double teamed on the initial inbound, making sure he doesn't make any silly turnovers. There's no way that one went in, but it is going to be a green. 25% covered. Not much you can do there.
Big Rim, #Inflago. Have a 5 of 5 from 3 so far in the first half.
That man came to play. As we get a nice midi attempt, but instead it's going to be late. Slaughter, tell me if you've heard this one before. Offensive board, kicks it right back out to Bash with the green. from the top of the key, 27-23, 2:12 left to go in the second.
He is an actual vacuum cleaner on the offensive boards, man. This is what he did in the league. This is what he did in season 3 and season 4. No surprise to see him doing it now.
Paging Fox, let us know how many offensive boards that man has just had in this first half, because good God, somebody needs to help off those corners in terms of boxing out and helping with the rebounds.
I mean, it's a shame because Public Enemy is playing great defense on their first attempt. Nice screen there. But they've been playing great defense on their first attempt. It's a shame they've given up so many offensive boards because they have been playing great defense.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's two things here. Offensive boards, kicking it right back to the top of the key, and then, of course, those corners getting dotted up as well. Only a couple of times where they heavily contested and they went in. But nice little slip there. No one there rotating. 2 easy points for Slaughter.
Yeah, Public Enemy is playing this perfectly. This is the exact first half you need to have against this type of talent. Control the clock. Don't turn the ball over too much. Keep the ball moving. Play good defense at the point of attack. They're doing everything they need to right now to prepare for the upset. Nice
jumper.
shot.
Wow, what a fader. You can see the sparks go off from the top of his head, letting you know he timed that perfectly. Definitely expect that.
Deserve that little highlight accolade for sure.
Love that you can have like your own sound effects now when you green something. That's fun as we get a nice little wrap there. Kaii, wide open, greens it. You expect nothing else from him.
The next king.
We're less than a minute away from halftime. 32-28, Public Enemy. I'm not Vegas, but I would say they are the underdogs coming into this one, but they're not playing like it. As you get an offensive board this time from Sick, and it's going to be a foul. And Sick's going to go to the line shooting 2.
Sick quietly, 4 points, 3 boards, 2 assists, and a steal. Now 5 points, being a good, consistent theme for this young team. Look good so far, but he's got to watch Slaughter in the offensive boards. It's really the only place he's been a detriment so far. And
you've got Jumper with just about 2 points, but 5 dimes, though. It's a little bit more passive at the moment as Bash tries to get some wiggle room, trying to find some space, pick and roll action at the top of the key.
Man, Rim has been playing
Slaughter's
great
with the
on
slip,
both
but you get a
ends.
nice steal. Had the slip there, I thought. But again, it's one of those things where you can't even throw the oop as we get free throws for Jumper as they're in the bonus. Oops aren't also easy here. You got to time it. You got to get it down as that early is going to go.
Yeah, unfortunately, oops and Pro-Am, kind of hard this year. Oops in my career, the easiest thing you could possibly do. You want an XP glitch? Just do a bunch of oops in my career.
Tried to get the blitz there, unsuccessful. Instead, you've got Bash. Top of the key. He gets fouled. And that's going to be the one to give. The next foul is going to lead to 2 free throws. Bash with the inbounds. Top of the key, a little pick and roll action. Nice little rotation from the right corner. Coming up, but the left corner instead gets dotted up, and that's going to go in. Didn't time it perfectly, but 2K liked him. 8 seconds left. Got to get it up the court. Getting bumped. Didn't go out of bounds. Way to stay inside. Jumper. 2 seconds. You see a wrap. Got to get the shot off. That one not going to go in. 36-31. Public Enemy. In my opinion, the underdogs coming into this series as you get this look here. Nice dot to the right corner. Greens it. Not the first time. You see another assist here. Greens it.
Big Rim. I love Big Rim, man.
And here's
this is exactly what they need. This is exactly what you need. When Jumper is shooting slowly, you got to have somebody else on the team step up. If it's going to be the lock, it's going to be power forward. Your corners have to support their point guard if he's not shooting the ball well.
Shout out to Coach Jay, who's our producer here, making those instant replays happen. The man who controls the show tonight. For me, the first half, it's all been about assists, right? Dotting the right corner, getting the offensive boards, kicking it right back out. I haven't really seen any getting free off the dribble, off the pick and roll, and greening it. So let's see if we can see a little bit more of that action. Otherwise, those corners got to stay home, or at least communicate so the rotations can be on point as you see Jumper with the ball here. Passing right back out. Nice dot to that left corner, and that's going to be green.
Yeah, nice shot there. Nice shot there by Royals. Just that's what Sick brings to the table, man. Slow, decisive play. You know he's going to make the right decision. Very patient center. Showed it there.
And, of course, Sick is the man who was on the team with the Raptors that went 16-0, won a couple of banners. So he's a top center. As once again, the press is broken, passing it. Pass half court, resets it right back to Jumper. Jumper thought he had a shot. Took a little bit too long to get it off, though.
Shiftay's been all over him this first half and a quarter.
we've got right over here. Let's go ahead, Harris. Who do you want to listen into? Public Enemy?
Ooh, definitely give me Public Enemy. They got to be all over the place right now.
Coach Jay, let's have a listen in with Public Enemy, please.
Diggity. We're back in.
Let's go, Jerry.
Good D, Jerry.
Give 2 seconds. Good shit. It's out of bounds. That's fine.
If Jerry's not inbounding, bro, I'm running extra.
Okay, go straight down. Yeah.
What? Who said that?
I'm going right.
Fuck.
I'm about to go down.
Don't force.
Never mind.
Patty kick.
Good stuff.
It's perfect. Who
We
cares?
got it.
He's got to go up.
Bro. It didn't let me go up.
I was spamming
Okay,
timeout,
come on.
dude. I don't know why.
Yeah.
We're at 9.
I got right.
Play
Big
defense.
stopper here,
Come on.
Mark. Come on, boy. You're playing out of your mind right now. Okay, keep the shit up.
Reverse on this, bro. When he sets the screen, when he comes up for it, I'm here.
I'm here.
It's off.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, bounce in your lap. Come on. Get
What's
across the
your
pass fake. Pass.
Good shit.
Good fucking shit,
Motherfucker,
boy.
I ain't no fuck.
I like that.
My man ain't raised no bitch.
Yeah, watch your back out, dude.
Hey, reverse on the screen, bro. Reverse on the screen first.
Have these, you feel me?
You're fine. Go ahead,
D
take it.
Mark.
I'm here.
Come on, Jerry.
Again, bro?
Yeah, he's just throwing it in your noggin right now. Come on.
Swing at your face.
You're playing out of your mind. Words of token there, encouraging his team. Other curse words that I can't quite say if I want to come back for the PS5 finals. But Harris, what'd you think about that listen in?
I mean, I think the entire thing for Public Enemy has been how great Big Rim is playing on both ends. He's really holding down Bash. He's hitting his shots where needed to. He's rotating well in defense. I mean, that's just where those league instincts are coming in. But we know that Big Rim, the good old Mark Hainsworth, great player, 2 years in a row in the league, really impactful player last year for the Cavs, despite their poor record. You know, this is what having a professional on the team brings to the table.
Yeah, and Big Rim, someone who was the last pick for the Cavs in the draft last year, didn't get a chance to make a lot of impact on the court, but definitely making a big impact here as you get a type of shot.
Whoa.
Could have had a pass down low, but instead decides to hold it. You've got Jumper getting bumped quite a bit here. That one's going to get
bad pass.
tippity-tip, and we're going the other way. No one there.
Great
But
block.
of course, with block from behind, nobody is safe on a fast break, which is why a lot of point guards and anyone else is going to go for a midi as you get a dive for the ball. Public Enemy is going to come back away from this one. As we've got about 1:48 left to go in this game. Public Enemy with an 8-point lead and ball. And shout out to everyone in the chat. Appreciate you guys being here with us as you've got Jumper getting the inbound pass, trying to get some room, instead it gets fouled. Definitely want to see a little bit more of almost went backcourt there, but instead he comes right back inside. Takes a nice little fader. That one's not going to go. Defensive board, launching it down the court. Kaii with the ball is patient. And nice slam for the easy 2. 6-point game. 1:30 left to go.
Good decision there from Kaii. He could have been a little bit more aggressive there, but he waited for his guy to get open and made the right pass.
Another smart timeout there. Not trying to force a pass, especially if you have the lead. Control the game. Make sure you play it safe. And you don't need to be a hero right now, right? You've got the lead. You've got the ball. You set the pace. No need to wear a cape at the moment. As nice way to break the press there. Passes it down midcourt, and then you got the right corner coming up to the right hash to take that 3. The right defender wasn't expecting it.
Public Enemy up by 9. We'll make it 7, but still very impressive performance in them so far.
Very impressive, and don't be surprised if Public Enemy is going to give up the 2s a little bit easier and play the numbers game. 2s before 3s, especially if they got a 7-point lead and ball here. Jumper not forcing anything. Has that shot go up, and that one's not going to go. Slaughter with the board. Decides to give it to Bash instead of chucking it down the court. Again, didn't want to take that layup attempt as that one's probably going to go. About 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Left corner.
Big 3.
Green. Very passive here. No one wants to kind of take that shot as you get a foul there. But that's the thing. Public Enemy knows they're up by 10. They're going to guard those threes, and they're going to try to give up those twos as much as possible. And something to keep an eye on. Jumper's got 7 points. I think he's shooting 2 for 9. I'll have to double check to see if I'm right or wrong there. But nice little rotation. Makes Slaughter think a couple of times. Slaughter goes up with a couple of pump fakes and gets it down. Cuts it to an 8-point lead. 10 seconds left to go. Jumper with the ball. Got to make a quick decision or get a pass off here. 3 seconds. Getting bumped along the way. Not sure if he's going to get a pass off. Instead, it is stolen. 8-point game going into the fourth quarter, Harris.
Yeah, Jumper's had a tough go at it, but so has Bash. I feel like we barely said his name. He only has 3 points. He's only shot the ball 2 times this whole game.
And yet they're still up. They're up by 6. Let's see if there's a comeback brewing from No Look here. As he gets it down to Sick. Sick is going to probably reset Jumper here. Had the crabby, but smart. As you had a wide open token. Green it from the left hash.
This no-look defense has not nearly been as sharp as we've been used to seeing them so far in the gauntlet. They've got to start rotating better to get onto these three-point shooters. They've left way too many shots open.
Bash, I thought, had a shot over there off of that move. Instead, it's going to be Slaughter wiggling his way. But that's only 2 points, which is fine. Plenty of time left. 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Get your points, get some stops, but you can't leave the corners or the hashes open like they have done a couple of times here in the second half as they get a nice, Sick right there. I thought had an easy 2, but instead he tried to pass it to the left corner, which worked out the first time he did it. They got a green out of it. But this time I think he tried to be a little cute with the passing.
Yeah, Public Enemy is playing this really well. They got to be really careful to not force themselves into some dumb turnovers. Keep being patient. Keep grinding out the clock. The clock is your friend.
Nice extra pass there to the right corner. Greens it. Way to be smart with the extra pass and not force one yourself.
That was weird. Like pulled big rim in. He was behind the 3-point line, and the pass just dragged him in for the long 2.
It did, but they adjusted, and you've got Jumper going the other way as Public Enemy gets that steal. Wide open token, back-to-back threes. Not sure who's got that man, but somebody needs to find out if we're going to have a close game here.
Wonderful patience from Public Enemy there to find the right passes, find the right open guy. That's what they've been killing No Look with this. They just keep finding the hole.
Tried to go for the steal there. Didn't get it. Instead, it's going to be an easy bucket. And for the folks in the chat, we will be doing a giveaway here shortly as we've got a 10-point game here between Public Enemy and No Look. This is game 1. This is the Xbox Finals for the MPBA Gauntlet. I'm very impressed with Jumper. I feel like he's played – he hasn't shot well, don't get me wrong, but he also hasn't cost his team too much, right? He hasn't played well, but it's not like he was detrimental to his team as they've obviously got a 10-point comfortable lead here.
It's easy to look good when your teammates are shooting 10 of 12 from 3 like Token and Big Rim are doing right now. I think Jumper's been
Token's
fine,
got like 20 points.
He's got to find his shot. They're probably not going to win this series if he has another game like this.
Few times we've seen Public Enemy as you see a pass back. Not sure if he needed to. It doesn't matter. Don't listen to me. That's going to be a 3 to extend the lead.
Shoot more threes, India. Shoot more threes. Come on.
Token definitely helping out on the offensive end. We've seen a couple of times, though, when you see a board and they kick it out to the top of the key and it gets stolen. So got to be a little bit smarter with the passes if you're No Look for game 2, as it's going to be tough to come back in this one.
They're trying to stick to Kai's pocket off of every offensive rebound. They know that that's Slaughter's first instinct. Nice pass.
Not sure why that right defender is rotating. Give up the 2. It's perfectly fine. Look at the lead that you have. Don't give up a wide open 3. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, bad pass there. Should have called a timeout. Instead, we're going the other way. Don't let them in. Shifty Kaii had a wide open 3. Instead, he passes to the right corner. That's not going to go. Defensive board. And safely hands it off to Jumper. I thought Shifty Kaii had a wide open 3 there, but instead tried to dive to the right corner.
Clock is your friend. Don't make any stupid decisions. Just drain it out.
Exactly. Milk it as much as you want. As he walks it back.
Oh.
And nice midi.
Oh, stop it. Stop it, Jumper. That was nasty.
Nice midi there. Walked it back, ran in, took the easy 2, wide open, no one there. If I'm the corners, if I'm defense, I'm letting that slip go all the time. I'm making sure no threes are being attempted wide open. And as we say that, you get a wide open 3 to go down. Minute 12 left to go. 9-point game.
I blame you for that one, Indy. I think you jinxed that one.
Oh, don't I always? Shout out to Token, though, playing very well, especially making up for jumpers. 27% shooting, I believe, is what he's at. 9.6 assists. As he's being double teamed there. Smart pass to Sick, who gets it right back to Jumper. Less than a minute left to go. It's going to be a turnover. 3-on-1. Takes the 2. Smart job there by Public Enemy. Give up those 2s. Let's not worry about the 3s.
Yeah, that was decent transition defense off the turnover. You got to just cover the corners, give up the free 2, whatever. Definitely don't make full court passes like that, even though that worked out. Definitely do not do that again. Wow.
When you have this type of lead under a minute, you get a little bit too comfortable. Sometimes it bites you but sometimes it doesn't.
That was ballsy.
I know. It's all right. As you get Kaii. That's the Kaii that we need in game 2. We need you to get off the pick, get off the dribble, get some shots wide open, and get some offense going. A little bit more. Not like he's played horrible. You got to get a little bit more here. But unless anything crazy happens here, that's going to be a foul. 2 free throws coming up for Jumper. I'm not going to ask you this, but I'm going to ask you this anyway. How surprised are you that Public Enemy was able to take game 1 here?
If you told me before the game that they would take game 1, I'd be more surprised. But just with the way that they played, not actually that surprised. They played that game perfectly. They got it to hot start shooting, and they did not allow Kaii to go off. And they just made sure that Bass got the ball out of his hands, man. That was a very, very, very well played first game.
I love the rotations. I love the fact that they were able to kind of keep the pace. Even with Jumper struggling a little bit, you had Token step up. You had Big Rim step up. Just got to tighten up on those rotations is for me, right? So when you get the offensive boards, you got to communicate, hey, I'm leaving. Hey, I'm staying. Whatever the case may be. If you're coming from the right corner, you got to communicate that so the right hash can come down and get it, because we saw way too many dots happening off of those corners. So those are the adjustments that I'm looking forward to. Coach Jay, I assume we're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, but we'll be right back. That was game 1, the Xbox Finals of the MPBA Gauntlet. Public Enemy takes game 1. It is a best-of-3. So if they win game 2, we're moving on. They are the champs of the $5,000 prize pool pot that's going to be split amongst all the teams here. And after that, we'll come back with the PS5 Finals. But Public Enemy, best-of-3, they right back.
Welcome back to the MPBA Gauntlet Finals. Game 2 here. Game 1 goes to Public Enemy in a bit of a surprise, but a great game from Big Rim and a great game from Token. They cool off the red-hot no-look and Slaughter to take game 1. India, that was a fun one for sure. What are you looking here in game 2? What does no-look have to do to tie this up?
I'm looking for Bash to take more than 2 shots. He took 2 shots and made 1 of them, and they were still only lost by 6, right? So I'm looking for a little bit more offensive output by Bash. He did have 10 assists, so it's not like he was completely, useless, so to speak, on the offensive end. But I'm expecting a little bit more attempts out of him, expecting a little bit more offense out of him. But Slaughter was just great. You had 16 points, 11 boards, 4 assists, and he went 8 for 9. So if you get that dominant performance from Slaughter and Bash picks it up, should be going to a game 3. But let's see what we get.
Well, right off the tip, a near turnover there for no look. Not a great start to the game, but luckily it goes out of bounds. I'm Harris Rubenstein alongside my good buddy Made in India. Follow us on Twitter at Sportstein and at Made in India with a couple X's in between. We'll be taking you through all the great UPA broadcasts this year as we lead up to the road to Las Vegas in January at the HyperX Arena. You might remember it from Season 2 in the NBA 2K League from the turn. We'll be there with UPA. It's going to be a grand old time. It all starts today with the MPBA Gauntlet as Slaughter gets us going here in game 2, and he gets it to go.
Blessed on that one. You don't often see those red contests, especially down low in the paint, go in. But yeah, in terms of Vegas, should be a fun tournament. Should be a lot of players that don't show up on time. But that's a problem for January. We won't worry about that here at the end of September.
Hopefully all the flights and hotels work out. Getting them at the arena, that's a whole other object. We'll leave that to Ev and the people upstairs who get paid way more than we do. For now, Public Enemy with it. We're going to get a little mashy here. Sick gets it to go. It ties it 2.
Taking those easy 2s. When the first game happened, they were taking those 3s, but now you get a couple of easy 2 points. But shoot more 3s. I know that's your anthem, and let's see if that happens.
Bash looking to break out of a cold slump here from game 1. Down to Slaughter, still getting mashed. That's a goaltend. Gonna count the same though. Still 2 points.
Still 2 points, but I don't know if it helps your takeover, right? So you'd rather have it not be goaltending so you can get your takeover boost.
Jumper with it, middle of the court, looking to make something happen. His 3-point shot wasn't falling in game 1. He's definitely going to be looking for that in game 2. Jumper avoids the pluck, fires and hits it. Great shot there from Jumper. He fights off the pluck and hits a 3. Didn't see a lot of that in game 1. We'll see if he can get hot here in game 2.
You didn't see a lot of that, but you know what you did see a lot of is a walk back attempt, right? Especially in that right hash when he walked it back, faked it 3, went inside and got a nice little midi. Not the first time he did that. So walk back, something that Jumper is doing quite a bit here. Let's see if No Look is able to adjust.
Kaii with it, one of the best ball handling 2 guards that you'll ever see. Gets it back to Bash. Again, has not found his shot so far. Still early in this one. Bash down low to his good buddy Slaughter, and that's an easy 2.
Not mad at it. Not mad at it. It's all right. Couple of slips that you give up, that's fine.
Jumper just probing the defense. You see how well that no-look defense flows usually, but they leave a hole open. Great recovery by Krazy. And here goes no-look. Can they get something in transition? Well done by Public Enemy getting back. And they're going to diffuse this back into the half-court offense. Great stuff there from Public Enemy. See if no-look can take advantage. Back to Bash. Over to the left hash. Nothing there so far. Makes a nice move. Gets into the mid-range. A very early. A terrible shot there from Bash. The transition play is over. Jumper's going to try to make something happen on his own. Nice little stop-and-go dribble. The walk back. Ooh, couldn't find the shot. It was there for a second. He gets plucked. We're going the other way. Goes down. Ooh, nice little fake there. And Kaii gets his stuff blocked into next week. Wow. Oh, my goodness. That was from Royal, who came across the court and sent that into the second row.
That was an incredible block. And that's the thing, right? We talked about earlier. When you're trying to go up and shoot, try to get a layup or a dunk, you better pray because you may get your smacked.
No go in the 3 there. Public Enemy going back the other way. Already with a 1-0 series lead. Jumper right side. Meets 2 defenders. Go backs left. Can't find anything. Picks up his dribble. Looks for Token. Token gets it from the mid-range.
Way to go for Token to come inside, not to just stay on top of the key. Could have been an easy takeaway. Instead, it's a nice little 2 and midi by Token. And that's chemistry and that's IQ there where, hey, you know your point guard stuck? Move around. Give him a look. Give him an outlet so you don't get called 3 in the key or have to waste the timeout.
We saw plenty of that in game 1. Token leading all scorers. Great shooting performance from him as well. No look with it now. Kai's going to take this possession. Uses the screen from Slaughter. Nothing much there. He's going to get it down to Slaughter. Maybe a reset. Just kidding. Is going to get the easy kiss off the glass.
Not the first time. Like Slaughter does a great job getting in position and getting in front of Sick and whoever defends him right now and gets that nice no contest layup to go. He's been doing great. Did that in game 1. Seen him do a couple of times here as well. Does a great job positioning himself to get a no contest layup or dunk attempt here down low.
No look flowing pretty well on defense, especially compared to game 1. Jumper can't really find any open holes in the mid-range, but they leave him open with the left hash. Token can get that one to go. A great rebound from Sick, and he gets his stuff sent away with a quick, another miss from Big Rim. The lid is on the rim for Public Enemy, and here goes Nola. Krazy throws it down.
Wow.
Oh, a ferocious slam by the number 1 pick, and Nola increases their lead to 3. That's a terrible turnover. Kaii, can he capitalize? Gets it over to Bash. A quick timeout from No Look. A fun series of event there is Krazy with the highlight of the day so far. A ferocious block. That's his second of the day.
No Look had 0 blocks in game 1. They've got 2 already here. As you see this one sent, as you said, to next week. I like that call. That's a nice block there.
About 40 seconds and some change left in the first quarter. No Look has a 3-point lead, a pretty low scoring game so far. Bad shot there from Kaii. He's going to hit with a late. Shiftay's going to get the pass back. There's nothing going to be there either. Sick with the board. Public Enemy is going the other way. No Look has had some open shots. They just haven't been able to get them to fall. Jumper right side trying to use that great screen from Sick, but Shiftay isn't having any of it. Krazy playing some great pick and roll defense, trying to hedge a little bit. Jumper, no space. That shot clock is winding down. Gets it to Sick, who gets blocked. A lot of great paint defense so far in this first quarter. Nobody is getting any easy buckets.
Yeah, about 1.9. Let's see if they get a quick shot off here.
Let's see. They might try to get it to Token. They do. It is a turnover, and here we go the other way. That's going to be an easy throwdown for Krazy. He is now a 12-7 lead. We got 2.5 seconds left in the first quarter. That might be where we leave things. A huge pass off the court. Nothing there. Let's see if NoLook can capitalize. That was a pretty terrible pass from Public Enemy. And I believe that NoLook is going to get the ball under their own rim. NoLook looking top of the key. Kaii for 3. Rims out. 12-7. A very defensive first quarter for both of these teams.
We were tied up at the end of the first quarter in the first game. So it's nice to see NoLook kind of get comfortable with their team, get comfortable with the way things are going. You got a timeout here. Something about Jumper. He's had a couple of open look. He's had a couple of shots that he can easily take on the walkbacks, off the dribble, off the pick and roll. But he's been a little hesitant. I'm not sure why. But, you got to open look. Take the shot, man.
Very patient first quarter from both teams. NoLook, the great first quarter, at least from their center, Slaughter, with 8 of the team's first 12 points. Nice little midi there from Jumper as he tries to get going here in game 2.
Looks like you've got Slaughter with this takeover as well, alongside TBShiftay. Who's that? Oh, that's Krazy. Who's got his?
We know him as Krazy. You know his gamer tag is To the Waha or To the Baja. That man always seems to be at the beach, whether it's in LA or it's in Pro. I have a bad pass there, and here goes Public Enemy. A nice easy shot from Big Rim in the midi. It's a 1-point lead.
Completely side note, but I'm interested to see what happens with Krazy in the offseason in the Lakers team. Should be a fun one, but for now, a nice steal there off the left corner.
I wonder if he ends up with one of his no-look buddies. That would not be a surprise. Nice 3 there from Big Rim. Back-to-back shots from that same right corner. One obviously a 2, this one a 3, and Public Enemy takes a 2-point lead.
Blink once, you lose a lead.
Especially in this year's Pro-Am. Some great defense being played on this start of the quarter from Public Enemy. They go back to the alley-oop. They can't get the oop, but they do get the tip in. It's now a 4-point lead. Some sloppy offense here from NoLook to start the second quarter.
First alley-oop of the series. He didn't time it properly, I don't think, but I think it was easy enough that it went in anyway.
That dunk meter is always lurking, and you always got to keep an eye out for when you got to hit the right stick. It has definitely been a challenge for many a person so far here.
I'm waiting, Harris, for us to do a listen in later tonight or whenever, and for someone to yell green because they went ahead and timed an alley-oop properly. Something we haven't really seen in past 2Ks.
I like that. We might need a better word than green for that kind of scenario, but I get your point. Bad shot there from Bash. He just has not been able to find his scoring out, but they get it out to Kaii, who rims out a wide open 3. There wasn't anyone within 5 feet of him. Sick pulls down the board. They're going to go a little fast here. A bad pass as Krazy gets the turnover. There's no looking to push her. They're going to play patient. Shiftay is open, and Shiftay's going to take it and make it. Nice patience there from Shiftay to wait for the open shot to materialize, and he hits the 3.
Nice patience, and I like that steal when they launched it down court. It looked like a cover 2 defense in Madden where the free safety just picked it off. So that was nice. And, of course, you get the 3 off of the steal as well. Points off turnover are huge.
1-point lead for Public Enemy. They can't get that one to go. Going to be a quick foul here. NoLook's going to keep it. Yeah, Andy, you've seen a much more aggressive NoLook team. It's definitely forced them into some turnovers, but they certainly look better, at least on the defensive end of this game.
Yeah, I mean, in that game 1, as you got a green there, in game 1, they had 10 turnovers, so you got to limit those a little bit, especially, when you're trying to get back and you only lost by 6 and your point guard Bash only takes 2 points. Got to limit those turnovers.
2-point lead now for NoLook. Jumper going to the right side, trying to find an open space. Shiftay and Kaii have been all over him. By the way, those are 2 different people. You have Shiftay Kaii, then you got TBShiftay. Be a little confusing. They are 2 completely different players, but 2 outstanding defenders, and they are making life hell for Jumper right now. A block from Slaughter. That's going to be a shot clock violation. Some outstanding defense from NoLook on that possession. I'm
not going to lie to you. Shiftay and Shiftay. There's another word that's a little too close to that one that I'm always scared to say on stream. It gets me every single time, and I'm always very careful. I'm gonna screw it up one of these days.
Please don't say
but for now, I'm okay.
Please don't screw it up for the good of us all. Bash, middle of the court, trying to use that Slaughter screen. He's going to hit the walk back from the midi. 10% covered very late, Some rough shots here from NoLook. They've had a couple very earlys and very late so far in this game. Public Enemy looking to retake the lead. Jumper with a nice move. He's going to go to the rim, pass back out to Token, and Token is going to miss the slightly early. We're going the other way, and NoLook going to miss the 3. That's another wide open miss for Kaii. He has been ice cold from 3 so far in game 2.
Are we back on stage? I'm not sure what's going on. Joe Vegas is in the chat trying to come right back to me. Don't do it, Joe.
Turnover there for Public Enemy. They're going to get it to Slaughter, and he's going to throw it down. and they're going to take a 4-point lead, 20-16. We got a minute and a half to go in the second quarter.
You've got Slaughter right there. Already got 10 points, 6 boards. The man's doing everything he can to get those offensive boards and kick it right back out. But you got to also make sure you're smart with it, right? If you have the wide open dunk, the wide open layup, just take the points. You've got the lead, take the points, and be a little bit aggressive. You don't always have to look out for the kick out.
Bash and Kaii, 0 for 8 in the first half so far combined. Not a great shooting performance for either of them through game 1 or 2. Nice little pass down low to Sick, a little patience and a little up and under. It's a 2-point lead. We got a giveaway winner. It goes down to Exo Shaker. Congrats, Shake. Enjoy that cash prize. Thank you for typing Harris in the chat. Thank you to everyone for participating in our lovely giveaway. We'll have plenty of those as we go through the UPA season. We might have a couple more tonight as well. Stay tuned. Going the other way here, Public Enemy. Nice patient play from Jumper to move it back out to the corner. That shot wasn't there. He's about to get his stuff sent.
By the way, Shaker, go ahead and make sure you message for that prize. And you've already got, see, I knew it. There's Joe. Hornets didn't fare much better. Hey, we'll talk later, pals. We got about 40 seconds left here.
1-point lead for Public Enemy. They come back and get the 3 out of the corner. Nice shot from Royal. We're going to get a timeout here by No Look. A much more complete performance so far from No Look in this first half. Though that offensive upside that we've seen so much from so many players on their team, it is a little bit shocking to see a team with this much talent be 2 of 8 from 3. But so goes basketball. Sometimes the ball goes in the hoop, and sometimes it does not. Back to Kaii.
Goose egg from your 1 and 2 guard, not a good look, but still a 1-point game.
There's that dunk meter again. Krazy misses it. We're going the other way. Public Enemy with it. Big Rim's got it. It makes a bad pass, and it's going back the other way. No Look's got it now. Shifty with his hands on it. It's trying to find Bash for the reset. Here we go. 10 seconds left in the half. Can No Look take the lead before we enter halftime? Bash looking, gets it down to Slaughter, trying to get a little mashy. He's going to get fouled. That's a shooting foul, so he's going to get 2 at the line.
Got to convert this. I'm still surprised that you've got 0 points from Bash, 0 points from Kaii, 3 points from Shiftay.
Yeah, been tough go of it for the guards so far. A lot of great defense, but Sick and Slaughter have been great so far. 1-point lead for No Look, 2.7 seconds left in the half. Can Jumper get a shot off? No, he cannot. As Public Enemy is down 1 with the 1-0 series lead headed into the second half. Checking out a replay here, that awesome walk back from Jumper, his best play so far of the day.
I mean, that's what I want, right? Slips, you don't always have to take the easy, go for the 3. Take the easy points as you got the nice block there as well. Walkbacks are a thing that Jumper's been doing, but he's been hesitant to take some wide open shots. I feel like he's afraid that he might get contested. You see a nice jam there. Take the shot. You're open. Trust yourself and the space that you've created.
So far, a series defined by the great defense of Public Enemy. They have been all over Bash and Kaii. 0 points. They are 0 of 8 combined from the field. They do have 6 assists between the two of them, but most of those are just going to Slaughter down low. He's got 12 points, 5 of 5 from the field as we start the second half. Jumper going to start us off with a foul.
Harris, you're the 2K League nerd, but for the UPA nerd, we've got Chris, who gave us a little tidbit. Kaii, 4 of 9 from deep in game 1, 0 of 3 in game 2, and that's about 33% through 6 quarters. Nice little tidbit from Chris. Shout out to him. You want to win, you've got to get Bash going. You've got to get Kaii going. Let's see what happens here.
Bad turnover there from Jumper, and it turns into 2 points the other way. No Look goes up by 3. Those are some of the plays that Jumper he's making some bad plays so far. This was our worry with him last pre-draft. Does he have that playmaking instinct? Can he control his turnovers and find the 3-point line? Nice move there on the fake walkback. He's going to get him again on the walkback, and he's going to miss the mid. He's sick with the great board, and he's going to put it up and under for 2. Nice moves there from Jumper, but he just has not been able to finish so far in this game.
He went a little bit too far. He had the midi, nice walk back, boosted up, and accelerated to the front, but he went a little bit too close to the bucket, and he was afraid to take that layup, and instead wasn't able to get the points himself.
Bash finally scores his first points of the game a minute into the second half to give No Look a 4-point lead. He only had 3 points in the last game, too. He's got 6 total points in this entire series. Bash, one of the best scorers in 2K, just not able to find the hoop in this one. Jumper, a little bit of dribbling. He can't find the hoop either, and we're going the other way. No Look with it. There goes Kaii over to the right side. It's Krazy. He gets it to Slaughter. A nice play there from Sick to deny the alley-oop. And again the other way. And we're back the other way. So much transition. Here comes Kaii. He pulls up from 3, and he's going to green it to give him a 7-point lead. A bit of Benny Hill situation there, and No Look comes out on top.
Over under on how many times we say going the other way, stolen again, back and forth, turnovers. It's good. It's just crazy out here.
Welcome to 2K22.
Locks loved it though. There we go, Jumper. There we go. Didn't make it, but at least he took that shot. I like that.
No,
like to see that out of Jumper.
No good from Jumper there. Canola capitalized. Slaughter with the patience, and he throws it down. It's now a 9-point lead, the biggest lead that No Look has had in either game so far.
I like it. Get the offense going, get the defense going, and there you go. Another bump steal there. Nobody in front of him.
Another steal from the secondary lock that is Kaii. They're going to miss the gimme. Slaughter's going to get the board and put it back up and in. An 11-point lead. Slaughter is just absolutely dominating the boards between these two games. Sick has been good on the defensive end, but Slaughter has been killing them down low.
16 and 10 already from Slaughter. Last game he had 16 and 11. Just about another rebound and he'll match it, and we've still got about a quarter and a half left here in the second half.
The man is angry about not being put on an NBA 2K all-league team. We know he wanted that first or second team. He did not get it. He's proven right now why he should have. By the way, to Joe Vegas, I will use whatever reference I please as long as I don't use a curse word. So there's all the Benny Hill music everywhere. By the way, Scott, I made that call during the All-Star game. Thank you. But yes, shout out to the great Scott Cole in the chat as always. Jumper, nice little midi there. He's going to get the teardropper to go. Back to a 9-point lead. We got 3:20 left here, India. It's been a great game so far, but this no-look defense, they're really starting to turn it on.
They really are, and I'm glad they woke up and they realized who they were. 5 league players that know how to play the game. They know the rotations. They know how to play defense, and they've adjusted well here in the second game. But again, Bash and Kaii, if you get going early, this isn't even a game, right? But, hey, it's not over. About 7 minutes left. Let's see what happens.
Kaii has missed plenty of open opportunities despite the 9-point lead. Nice rebound there from Sick. Public Enemy trying to play fast. Great defense there from No Look to snuff out the transition. Jumper, right side, looking, using the screen from Sick. Well, he's going to take the 3, and he's going to miss. A nice offensive board from Sick. There's nobody down there. Great defense from Slaughter, and we're going the other way. No Look over to Baja, and he throws it down. A crazy dunk from Krazy, and it's back to 11.
He decided to gamble there with the meter, but at least he got it down. You've got Scott saying, hey, I used it 10 times in season 1. Harris, I know you went back. I know you went back and looked at those streams, my guy.
Nice little layup there from Sick. Look, I figure when you call enough basketball games, right, you all end up repeating the same stuff. I mean, shoot, even Mike Breen took bang. So here's what it is, man. You salute the men who came before, and you hope that you can do as good of a job as they did. Shot over to Shifty in the corner. That's going to be a late. Another offensive board from Slaughter. He's going to have that one poked out of bounds. He is just an absolute vacuum on the offensive boards.
You just spitting out words of wisdom while you're broadcasting here. Okay. I see Chris taking notes too.
Another very early from No Look. I don't know what is going on with their shot timing the past 2 games, but they have been redding all over the place. Bad shot there, and No Look going the other way. Quick foul.
This is where, Public Enemy was in game 1, right? You've got the lead. You've got the ball. Slow it down. Take the pace to whatever you want, and don't try to be a hero. You don't need to be one. You don't need to wear the cape.
Ooh, Bash with a bad pass. Ill-advised. He gets it to Token. Token up to Jumper. Looked like Jumper had a lane there. He didn't take it. Ooh, a near steal, but Sick is going to be able to get it in. Ooh, that was close.
Not a lot of patience we've seen from Sick, especially down low, waiting for the defender to jump. That way he's not heavily contested when he goes up for the layup. I like the patience out of Sick here.
Yeah, Sick and Slaughter have definitely been the 2 best players on the court so far this game. An absolute war in the paint. Both of them with double-doubles right now. 4 steals for Sick, 2 blocks for Slaughter. Been a fun back and forth between them two. We got a 9-point game here. 23 seconds left to go in the third. A 1-0 series lead for Public Enemy. They're going to pull off a 3 here to cut it back down to 6. Let's see what happens.
Harris, I know the struggle when one team is 28 and the other team's like 39. You're like, is it up 11 or is it like up 9? What is it? I feel you, sir.
Nice little blow by there by Bash to push it back to an 8-point lead. We're going to have a listen in the fourth quarter with this no-look team. We'll see where their energy's at with an 8-point lead here as the third quarter winds down. Jumper trying to cut it down to 5, maybe even to 6. Jumper on the right side. He's going to get fouled. A nice move there by Shifty. 2.1 left. Let's see if they can get an open look. Sick. Quick inbound to Jumper. Nothing there. And no look's going to get it with 0.7 seconds left. I don't know if they're going to be able to get much, but
60, 70-footer alley-oop attempt?
Wouldn't that be something?
Let's see this flick up.
Shifty over to Bash. Bash puts it up. That's never really that close. An 8-point lead for No Look heading into the fourth quarter. And speaking of No Look, hey, Coach Jay, why don't you cook up that listening for us?
I'm right. So, I don't know where you're at.
Talk on a triangle if he gets to the wing. If he goes on the wing. Good D. I'm back left. Take right, so.
Hey, I'm gonna blitz in middle TB. If he doesn't,
You gotta
run,
wait. You gotta
I'll
wait
go.
till he
I know,
runs,
I
though.
know.
I'm good.
Good.
Oh.
Oh my God, bro. He's just shooting crack.
That's me.
No, you're good. That's good D. Go on rim.
Good job.
Good
There,
shit.
you got team? Let's go. Come on.
Good shit. Come on. Game. There's no way they win this game. Come on.
Thank you, Krazy. Good.
How did I not
threes.
watch that?
No threes.
Yeah, no third.
I'll play your wing.
You two switch it. Y'all can play everything now.
I can run triangle. We
Hey,
got no fouls.
are we triangling
Yes,
that?
run it. Blitz in the middle TB.
We have no fouls.
Heavy.
Board. I'm with you.
What's up? What you doing? Playing a Pro-Am series right now.
Got me back. Take your time.
Yeah, what's up?
And we're back, and you heard it from No Look. You heard about the team takeover, and here we have it. Slaughter was the one who got it. He's been outstanding in this game.
He's been great. And in terms of that, live listening that we had, especially in that first part of that listening, you could hear people breathing more. You could hear them communicating. I expect a little bit more energy from a team that's up in game 2, forcing a game 3. But they finally picked it up a little bit in that second half of the listen-in. But I expected more energy of that live listen-in.
Sounded like a team that wasn't thrilled to lose that game 1. Jumper
There's
right
that walk
side,
back.
trying to cut into the 12-point lead that No Look has put in, their biggest lead of the night. And Sika's going to get plucked. A great game from Krazy. He hasn't exactly done it in terms of, I guess, scoring. He has 9 points, but his defense has been great. 2 blocks, 3 steals. He's been all over the place defensively.
He's got Shaker in the chat. He said, I texted Evan, said, I'm a winner. He said, what are you talking about? Referring to the giveaway.
Oh, Shaker, you're a winner in our book regardless, but I don't think anybody's a bigger winner than Slaughter today. He has been spectacular so far in this game. Big reason why No Look has a 14-point lead. Jumper trying to cut into it, and he will with a nice 3. Cuts it to 11.
There you go, Jumper. Way to use that pick and roll and way to get yourself wide open. Slaughter, by the way, missed 1 shot with 19 attempts.
Nasty. Bash trying to use that Slaughter screen to get a little bit of an open look. He has been quiet so far in these first 2 games, and he gets to the rim. I guess he heard me. He wanted to make a little noise. Back up to 13.
Let's see if we can get a little bit of life out of Public Enemy, or if they're saying, hey, let's regroup and let's try to get something going for game 3.
Jumper has been a little bit better so far in this game, but he has not been the point guard they've needed him to be to beat this No Look team. A nice 3 there, and it's a 10-point lead. So we only have 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. I don't know if there's enough time left for Public Enemy.
They're definitely, I don't want to say definitely, that if it ends up happening, then I go ahead and get clipped. But it's going to be tough. You've got to play great defense. You've got to play great offense. And with the other team having team takeover, it's going to be very, very tough to come back from this deficit if you're Public Enemy.
Bash looking around for a shot, trying to be patient, not get plucked. He's going to toss one up. Nothing there. Sick with the board. I think he was trying to get Slaughter a free rebound. Public Enemy going the other way. Big Room with an ill-advised shot. That's going to be a miss. An 18% covered from a lock is not what you're looking for as Krazy gets over the half-court line. We got a minute 20 left to go. Public Enemy with a 1-0 lead. No Look trying to tie the series here in this best-of-3 Xbox MPBA Gauntlet Finals as the road to Las Vegas begins tonight as they get the nice alley-oop to Krazy, who nails the dunk meter, and they push it back to 12. A nice highlight there from the number 1 overall pick.
Absolutely love it. Love seeing these alley-oops, especially because I'm like, are you going to get it? Or are you not? Are you going to green it? You're going to yellow it? What are you going to do? It's a suspense, man, every single time.
Jumper has been better this game, but still not great. 3 of 9 from 3, 5 of 15, or excuse me, 5 of 13 from the floor. It's good, not great. You need to be great to beat this no-look team. So he's looking for another shot here. That is an ill-advised shot. I don't know if that was a shot or a pass. Public Enemy is going to keep it either way.
Not just that, you got to be consistent, right? And you've got Jumper, I believe, shooting 5 for 13. That's not going to cut it. Yeah, you got away with it because Tolkien was playing well in game 1, but it's not always going to get the job done. So game 3, Jumper's got to step up and take shots like that.
Nice move, and he's going to get the green, but it's not going to matter as Public Enemy and No Look both dashboard. We got a tied series here as we go to a game 3 to decide the MPBA Gauntlet Finals here on the Xbox side. We got PS5 coming up in a little bit. But India, what did you see in that game 2 as we enter game 3?
You had No Look wake up and they realized exactly who they were, right? 5 league players that didn't play up to their potential. And you had a slow start from Bash, from Shiftay Kaii, but Slaughter kept them in the game. Slaughter had 20 points. I think he had 13 rebounds. Shout out to Chris for the great screenshot. He's been the reason that they have stayed in the game, and Slaughter's the reason that they've been able to capture game 2. If you want to put them away quick, Bash and Shiftay Kaii need to come up strong and quick and fast in the first quarter, first half of game 3.
We'll be back for game 3 here in a little bit. Shout out to Ruben gifting 10 subs to our wonderful United Pro-Am community. Appreciate you, Ruben, as always. But we'll be back for game 3 very shortly.
Direct deposit hit for Ruben there.
Matrix in his bag. Matrix in his bag. Matrix in his bag. Matrix in his bag.
You wanted a game 3 for the Mon. That's exactly what we have here between Public Enemy, who took game 1, but No Look came back with a dominant performance to take game 2. And now we're going to find out who the winner of this series and who the winner of the MPBA Xbox Finals Gauntlet is going to be. And of course, as I get everyone hyped up, we go ahead and dash and reset.
I blame you. This is definitely your fault.
You think I went ahead and what do you think I did here?
I mean, look, the both games that have had to lag out have been you on the call, and the one game that I got to be on the call, this didn't happen. So I definitely blame you.
You know, you're not wrong here, but can we just go ahead and blame Coach Jay, similar to how we blame producer Jeff when anything goes wrong? We'll just blame Coach Jay. Coach Jay, you didn't set us up for success. That's perfectly fine. I do want to point out, though, Slaughter, 22 points, 13 rebounds. I mean, Sick played well, too. He had a double-double in that game, too. But you not only have to play well, you also have to slow down Slaughter down low with the offensive boards and the kickouts that he does. And let's see if Sick can do that here in game 3. But we will be back shortly. Again, it is game 3. Winner take all. Public Enemy versus No Look, Xbox MPBA Finals. We'll be right back. We're back. We're like the ex-girlfriend that's always in your DMs. We're not going away easily, as it is going to be another tip-off. Game 3 here, as Harris has a weird look with what I just said. You shut up. Public Enemy, No Look, Game 3. Here we go. It looks like the issue, from what I was told by Coach Jay, was that someone's Xbox kept turning off. And that's what the issue was. And Harris, I know you have a few comments based on that, but I
got no comments. No, I plead the fifth. We know what the superior console is. We're good. It's all right.
Says I'll plead the fifth and makes a comment anyway, but we've got to step out of bounds. 0-0. Hopefully this time we won't have any issues, but I'm expecting a great ball game. Lots of back and forth is what we saw before we have to do the last reset between these two teams. Jumper got it going. He found his groove. He was taking the wide open shots, greening them as he takes that one, but it's going to be contested. He got a defensive board, launching it. 3, right hash, no good. And that's one of those situations, Harris, where in other 2Ks, you would have taken the easy bucket down low. But with this one, with the contest on the defensive end, you got to take that as you get the right corner, get dotted up for 3. And Public Enemy, Harris, draws blood first.
I'm not really sure what No Look was doing there, man. That was weird. I don't know how that guy in the left corner got so open off the first attempt at half-court defense. That was a little strange.
I've got Osav in the chat saying relatable, man. I'll assume that was based on my ex-girlfriends in your DM comment as you get a nice slam there.
Yeah, it was fun playing with Jumper tonight on the NBA 2K Lab stream. Shouts to Jumper, man. He gave us a lot of great notes and tips about what it's like to play guard and all the shooting this year. And there he is shooting a green. You know, he's talking a lot to us about kind of how unpluckable work as we see his badges go. So many great new shooting badges this year, whether, you know, Sniper, Deadeye got a little bit of a buff. So just great to see that there's just a lot of options for shooters this year.
Jumper's definitely playing well here, as in the second game he had 16 points, 6 assists. Looking for him to have a dominant performance if it's going to be Public Enemy that quote-unquote pulls out the upset. But so far, a nice little midi opportunity. Hesitated, tried to go back, shot an early instead. Slaughter, offensive board. Not the first time or the last time we'll see him do that, as they've got to reset with about 6 seconds left in the shot clock here. Bash trying to make something happen. Decides to take a midi, but that's going to be heavily contested. Nice board and Jumper. Catch and shoot. Greens it, as it's Public Enemy that comes off firing. And Coach Jay, Chris, you guys let me know what's going on with the spread and when this game is actually going to end. But for now, it's 9-2, 2:55 left to go in the first quarter, as you get an easy bucket from Slaughter down low.
That was lucky, man. That was a turnover that should have gone the other way to be maybe an 11-point lead, but luckily it's just down to 5. That was a very lucky turn of events for no look.
Jumper getting confident with that shot, but it's going to be contested. Slaughter with the defensive board. Bash going left, going right, trying to get some space. Has the crab, decides not to shoot it. Instead, he dots the left corner, and that shot's going to be easily blocked. Harris, he had the shot there. Not quite sure why he didn't take it.
Well, crabs are so different this year versus last year, right? They're so easy to get plucked off of instead of it just being an instant 3. I kind of like that change from 2K because it does give the defender a chance to recover a little bit more. You can get a little bump from behind, especially if you have something like Menace, but it's just difficult to not take that shot. You're right, though, despite the upgrades that we've had this year to crab defense.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely see a lot more blocks from behind than we have in previous 2K. Here's another one as he tries to dive the right corner.
Passer. Nasty.
Wow.
You see how fast that went?
Nice shot there, and that's tough, right? When you've got that bullet passer badge on and if you're a corner defender, you think you got the steal, goes right by you, bang, wide open 3, as we just saw there. Bash.
Ooh.
Passes right back out. A lot of passing happening like we're the Spurs out here, but you've got about 6 seconds left. Got to make something happen. That shot's going to be heavily contested. Defensive board by Sick, and he immediately gets fouled by Slaughter.
Yeah, a little unlucky there for Krazy. I think he thought he had the baseline for the slam. You even saw that dunk meter kind of pop up there, but he got a weird animation, was forced to take a fade. I just don't think he was expecting that. I'm
sure he wasn't. You've got Jumper passing half court, getting bumped, and manages to get by. Walks it right back. Thought he had space. Instead, it's going to be a contested shot, and that's another defensive board.
Nice bounce pass.
Nice pass out to Bash. Kaii to Bash for the 3. As No Look is trying to make this a lot closer game. As we got about 1:17 left to go. Don't do it to us. Please tell me that was a timeout, because you didn't want to make an errant pass. And looks like that's exactly what it was. Every time I see a timeout now, Harris, I am freaking out just a little bit, my guy.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. My fingers have been crossed this entire time to the point where I might actually break one of my fingers. So please don't lie.
Magic, welcome to the stream. It is game 3, and the series is tied 1-1. And yes, it is a best-of-3 series. It's a nice pass down to Sick, as it's a 7-point lead, 14-7. About 1:05 left to go in the first quarter.
You know, it's important, Andy, in times like this to remember that mental toughness is a part of all esports competition. You know, you sit around, you get a bunch of lag outs. How do you respond? I know this no-look team has a bunch of league players, and that was a great shot there, but they got to make sure the Public Enemy doesn't get out on them too hard, man. They got to focus up, and they got to make sure that these delays don't affect them. They do want this win, because even without the cash, this means a lot for this Vegas tournament. They're gonna get some good points from this, so they got to be able to focus up.
It's absolutely a mental game, especially when you're down and you try to come back up, especially when you've got these lag outs. You've got to make sure your head is checked and your mental's right, and you're able to bounce back. We've had plenty of league players say, hey, you can play the game, but how strong are you mentally? As you see Kaii taking that shot, that's not going to go. Jumper. Left there open for a second, decides not to do anything with it. Takes that shot, and that's the Blinders badge.
Nice step back.
Blinders badge, if you're not familiar with it, if there's a defender on your left or your right-hand side, you don't really get a contest as much as you usually would with maybe 2Ks from 2 years ago. It's a great job by Jumper using that badge to his benefit. As you see a nice drive there, but instead it's going to be bounced off. You got the defensive board, and Jumper a little scared to go up with it, but instead he does, as he prays. Extending the lead, 19-10, 3 seconds left. Got to do something with it. Bash.
Hey,
That shot didn't count.
nice midi.
19-12.
Nice
Public
midi
enemy.
from Slaughter, man. That's great. That's what you like to see at the end of a shot clock. The 7-2 guy taking the midi, looking like Kevin Garnett out there.
And
Man,
of course,
Jumper has
we're-
had no ability to get to the rim this game. I know he had that one little dinky layup, but he cannot blow by this defense. It is really hard for these guards without good finishing badges to actually get to the rim. He is 3-hunting like crazy.
17% covered, not a problem. As he greens that one, taking a 10-point lead here with about plenty of time left to go in the second quarter between these two teams. If you're just joining us, this is the Xbox MPBA Gauntlet Finals Best-of-3, tied up at 1 apiece. On the no-look side, you've got 5 league players. On the public enemy side, you've got 2 of them. Slaughter's been great down low. Great rotation there to make sure he didn't get an open slip. Kaii. Thought he had the crab. It's going to be a contested shot. That's not going to go. And by the way, Jumper, 11 points. Playing much, much better here than he did in Game 1. Again, in Game 2, he had 19 points, 6 assists. And Kaii in that Game 2 went 1 for 8.
Wow, that actually went in.
That actually did go in. Here's another timeout to talk things over. As you see, Jumper, 13 points, 5 for 8, and 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. He came to play as we're being spammed the box score by Jumper. He wants the upset. Little pinch action there. Shiftay had the ball. He resets it back to Bash. Bash drives. Nothing there. Kicks it right back to Kaii. Kaii with a nice green. Kai's one of the players who's going to have to step up here and help Bash out, get the offensive points going.
I find that Kaii is always like a half a step farther away from the defender than they realize he is by the time they take a shot. They just don't realize that he's open, and then all of a sudden they take the shot and they have to like crazily reach at him. It's so interesting how he's able to dex off the ball away from defenders.
That right corner went ahead and tried to help a little too much as he got dotted. Let me ask you this. Is Kaii one of the best 2 guards when it comes to dexing, or is there anyone else that you're kind of putting it above him?
Oh, well, B Smooth is the king of the decks. I don't think anybody really comes close to what Smooth is able to do in terms of getting open. I think what separates Kaii is just, it's kind of what I said at the start of Game 1. He really does play almost 3 positions at once. He plays as a secondary point guard. He's also the best shooting guard on the floor at all times. And he also operates as basically a second lock. I mean, you see him come over there, even though they gave up the corner 3. You see Kaii hedging, trying to get steals, trying to get on the break. He also leaks more so than almost any other sharp out there. So as a shooting guard, he's just so effective on both ends of the floor. It's kind of unfair. He's kind of almost impossible to take out of the game.
He absolutely is. This is getting ugly real quick for no look. And it's update in terms of that spread. For now, we're going to go ahead and play like it's a normal game. If we're able to provide you with an update, we absolutely will. But at the moment, you've got a 15-point lead. A great lead. A lead that I personally didn't expect coming from Public Enemy with about 2:27 left to go in the second quarter here.
That's a great game so far, but going back to what we were talking about with no look, man, I think these delays have just kind of taken the wind out of their sails a little bit. I know this Public Enemy team, they don't have as many league players, but they just seem to be a little bit more locked in on this game.
A wild shot, but one that Token had to take as the shot clock was winding down, and that's going to be a foul.
First personal foul.
That's a smart foul there. He had Slaughter coming down free on the break. He was going to get an easy dunk. Might end up with one anyway. Now there you go.
Thought he had some space there, but instead it's going to be a contested shot that's not going to go. Jumper already with 13 points. Gets it down to 6, something he's done quite often, but this time 6 not able to hang on to it as it gets stolen and fouled immediately.
First personal foul.
As no look is going to try to end the quarter strong here and cut into this deficit of 15. Bash trying to get it up the court. Getting bumped along the way, gets himself free. Tries to dot the right corner, but that defender wasn't moving at all. Easy steal.
They're just grinding this clock down every possession. They're really waiting a long time until they actually get a shot off. And that's why Jumper isn't going to the paint.
Jumper thought he had the courage, and he went up with it. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him. And that's one of those steals that we saw in the right corner where it's kind of predetermined. You know that no matter what, as soon as the center slips, you're throwing it to this corner or that corner, right? You're not really making a read. As Jumper waits for the defender to jump, goes up with it. Instead, it's going to be Sick who gets the board and puts it right back up. Poor Jumper was patient enough, but still couldn't let it have it go down. But Sick was there to clean up.
He's got a tiny guard with no finishing badges and very low finishing attributes. That's what happens when you make a 6-foot guard with no finishing badges. Kind of makes sense though, right? You don't exactly see old Isaiah Thomas running into the big 7-footers anymore. So
absolutely not. And that was a nice rotation there by Public Enemy. Defender dropped from the left hash down to the corner to contest that shot. That was no good. And you get another foul here. And that might actually put him in the bonus, and it absolutely will. 32-15, Public Enemy. First shot's good. Second free throw coming right up. And that's going to be good as well. 34-15, minute 3 left to go in the second quarter. Game 3 in a series that's currently tied 1-1. So this is a winner-take-all. Bash working the pick and roll with Slaughter. Tries to dot the right corner, and that's going to be good. Greens it. Rotation didn't get there in time, but a great dot and even a better shot.
They're going to nearly double up no-look and scoring at halftime, man. What a crazy half of defense from Public Enemy. No-look has had some open shots, but so far it's really just been Public Enemy being all over him.
As you get that nice pass back to Jumper, but he's already been defended there. Not a wide open look.
Look how small Jumper is. Look how small Jumper is even compared to Token, man. He is a tiny build.
It's the second time Tokens have to take a shot because of the shot clock. Now you've got about 18 seconds left to go. Got to make something happen. Sick. Pump fake. Timeout right before the ref was about to call 3 in the key for them. And they've got about 4.1 seconds to get a shot off here.
Yeah, honestly, it's really just been a domination on the boards by Public Enemy. They've got 15 rebounds. I think No Look only has 6. Like, they've just been able to snuff out those second chance opportunities that have been killing them and also allow their second chance guys.
That's going to be a charge.
Hey.
That animation more often than not, it's going to be a charge, and that's exactly the call. As No Look's got to take advantage. You've got 14 seconds here. You're down a good amount of points. Close out the quarter strong. Let's see what they draw up here with about 10 seconds left. Kaii looking to get something happen. Tips it out to Slaughter. Slaughter gets the ball blocked, and it's going to be stolen. We're going the other way. Jumper has the courage to go up with it. 36-18. Public Enemy taking this game easily so far in the first half. What do you think needs to happen here in the second half, Harris?
Well, I mean, they got to find a way to get them off the three-point line. I mean, 8 for 12 from 3 is, I don't know what Jumper is doing with all these crazy things coming up on my face right now. But, Slaughter's been looking good. He's been trying to at least get this team going. But the three-point shooting from Public Enemy at this point, it's just been devastating.
In game 1 and game 2, especially in game 2, I believe Slaughter already had about 16 points or so in that first half. Right now, he's got 4 points, 4 boards, and 0 assists. And, of course, you've got Kaii, once again, 1 shot only made, and he's 1 for 5. In game 2, Shifty Kaii was 1 for 8 and 1 for 6 from beyond the three-point line. So he's struggling here. Again, you need your guards to step up and get the offense going if you're going to try to win a game here. Let's see what happens in the second half as you've got Jumper and Public Enemy with the ball, giving it right back out to Token. Token doing what he's always done, greens it for a 3. Good God, don't let this be an issue. But so far, here we go. My hands are in the air, but I'm going to keep calling this game as that's going to be a nice 3. Camera, bird's eye view. Greens it anyway.
No, I think his controller actually ran out of battery. No, I think it just straight up. Dude, get some Duracells in there, man, or plug that sucker in. What are we doing? This is the finals. Come on, Jumper.
Hey, when you're trying to play game 3 for about 2 hours, that's exactly what's bound to happen. But I'm glad we were able to figure out the situation. It is a best-of-3, Chad. It's a best-of-3. It's tied 1-1, winner take all. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Appreciate you joining us. I'm told the prize pool was $5,000. Of course, it'll be broken down for the winners and the runner-ups accordingly. The total prize pool, I'm told, is $5,000 as you get a midi there. That's not going to go. Nice rebound by Slaughter. Throws it right back down. Open lane. That's not going to go, but you get the offensive board. Kick it out to the right corner, and that's going to be Green. They'll take the 3 over the 2 as they'll need it with the deficit they're dealing with. 39-24. 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter here.
Yeah, an interesting note here from Chris saying that teams that have led a half have won both games so far. Obviously, you know, this game's a little bit further than both of those, but definitely matters.
Landis, I appreciate you hanging out with me. I feel like it's going to be a commercial where your wife is like, who are you talking with? It's India from UPA. But I appreciate you and everyone else hanging out with us here. 42-24. Let's make it a close game as you see a nice move there. Gives it to Slaughter smartly. Because if he tried to go up with it as a guard, that was getting smacked, Harris.
Oh, it definitely was. And this has been a great game so far from Sick. I know he played great in game 2, but I think this has been his best game of the series so far. He's done a great job controlling the paint, getting some playmaking done, keeping Slaughter off the boards. He's looking like that 16-0 Sick that we saw in Season 3.
Landis in the chat saying, what are you wearing, India from UPA? And laced up, I said the pool, the prize pool was $5,000, not the winner gets $5,000. Come on. Why are you trying to get me in trouble? Ev's about to hit me up and be like, who's paying $5,000 to this winner?
You are, right, Mr. Day Trader? Oh, no, wait, that's why you're doing this with us.
Oh, stop it.
I got him again.
Stop it.
I got him
Stop
a second time. Hey, finger guns.
You know it's a blowout when Harris and I get to go at each other and not necessarily focus on the game. But let's hope they come back here.
Yeah, really slow game from Kaii. And it's kind of interesting that the T-Wolves this year went the same way, that if you can somehow slow down Kaii, the offense as a whole kind of slows to a halt. Nice shot there from Bash, but it's just not being able to get Kaii out in transition. It's not being able to get, you know, him getting personal steals and doing pull-up threes. That's where he gets those points in the mid-game that really can push your lead into the double digits. He's got none of that so far in this game, and that's where the 13-point deficit's coming from.
And that's exactly where the turnovers come into play, right? In game 2, Public Enemy had about 13 turnovers. I'm not sure exactly what they have here, but I'm sure it's nowhere near that, as the defense hasn't been as strong from no look as it has been in this series thus far.
Yeah, coming off the delays, the defense isn't too surprising, but you would expect a little bit better, especially after that first quarter. I mean, it was only 19-12 after the first quarter. Public Enemies just really ran away with it the second to third.
I'm with Laced Up Hoops. SSWR, why are you telling us your salary here, man? If you got King Bash with the badge and he shoots it into green. For those of us that aren't familiar with the badges, when you got that sharpshooting badge there, it gives you an attribute boost to make your shots, especially deeper from the three-point line and beyond, as Bash is able to take advantage of it. Try to get his team back in this game. Only down by 13. Plenty of basketball left here.
They just have not been able to force the amount of turnovers needed to actually turn this into a back-and-forth game. I mean, Public Enemies made some silly decisions, but for the most part, they haven't been getting plucked. They haven't been getting, you know, killed out of the corner. Jumpers actually making shots. It's been a good day so far for Public Enemy.
Jumper went in the my court and started taking threes just to practice while we were about an hour and a half delay here, because he's come out on fire. The man has scored 32 points here. And Bash, I know you got badge, but my man, you got to use it responsibly. As you get a nice steal there from Jumper. Jumper has stepped up here in game 3. Dominant performance on the offensive end. He's making plays on the defensive end. Of course, I've jinxed him as he gets a turnover there, as that's going to be easy too. 48-34. Public Enemy up by 14.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. See, like that turnover ends up cutting it even, because obviously no look started with the turnover. But, you know, even that kind of example where Kaii gets a steal, pushes up, and gets those 2 free points, we have not seen that so far in this game. Like a 14-point deficit with this kind of talent should not be the problem. Kaii just hasn't been able to get involved in the way he usually does.
That was, yeah, I mean, let's see what he does in the fourth. But for so far, that's been the difference. And Bash still has his shooting badge there. Let's see if he's able to take advantage of it. As you've got Slaughter, wide open look off the bump, and he gets it down. And this is a best of 3 if you're just joining us. I know I've said that for the folks in the chat, but we've got 3:55, so welcome you guys to the stream. It's a best of 3, tied up. This is a game 3 there. I had to struggle because I thought Jumper was going to go backcourt. Instead, he says backcourt for who?
That was
I'm going
lucky.
to go ahead and drain this 3. This man has 24 points as we get near the end of the third quarter. Bash, no badge, scared to go up, walks back, thought he had a 3-point shot. Instead, it's going to be a 2.
That was a far walk back, man. He was moonwalking like Michael Jackson on that one. He had to go almost half the length of the half court.
He absolutely was. And you've got Jumper trying to do something here. Control the pace and make sure you take care of the ball. As big rim shot before the quarter ends, no good. 50-38, Public Enemy up by 12. Looking to pull off the upset here in this series. I might get a DM later on, like Scott and Dirk typically do, and be like, hey, why are the underdogs? What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. But regardless, great performance here by Public Enemy, especially in game 3, especially by Jumper, 24.6 assists. As you see, Kaii not going away easily.
Yeah, we're in the single digits now. Now we consider it a possible comeback. It's interesting, right? There's no look team. The second that their defense locks in, all of a sudden everything else responds. I don't know if they were just they just lost focus like crazy in that second quarter, but ever since kind of midway through the third, they've really started locking on defense, force some turnovers, get some shots up. That one shot that Jumper hit has really been Public Enemy's only offense so far, really in the second half.
Jumper trying to show out for the fans in the chat here. By the way, Bash had 22 points at the end of the third quarter. So he's played well. He's bounced back well from that first game performance where he only took 2 shots, and I think he had like 3 points. But let's see if Kaii can bounce back, because at the end of third, Kaii was 1 for 5. But right now you've got King Bash trying to get his team a little bit closer. Has the courage to go up for the slam. Makes it a 7-point game. 4 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. A comeback is brewing. King Bash, you see the stats, 24 points, 9 for 14, 6 assists. And his counterpart, you've got Jumper on the other end, 24 points himself.
Number 33. Fifth personal foul.
Yeah, it's interesting. This no-look team is really starting to get some momentum here. That last possession was huge, because if they don't score in the last possession and Public Enemy comes down, that 9-point lead could go back to a 12-point lead. Now they're sitting here at 7. 6 is going to take the easy dunk here to push it back to 9, but I still feel like no-look has the momentum. We know how much of a momentum-based game 2K can be.
No Look has the momentum, but here's the thing. Similar to game 1, when Public Enemy had the lead and had the ball, they kind of controlled the pace, didn't try to be heroes, didn't try to put on the cape, as Bash does right there, and it's going to rattle in. Bounce, bounce, bounce. What is he, Kaii Leonard?
See,
I'm sure Chris is happy with that one. The man who's a Raptors fan.
Right there, India. Let me tell you, that you don't think that momentum is there, and then all of a sudden you get 2 dinks off of a missed dunk, and the ball goes in anyway. And then you get a bad pass from your point guard, and then you get a green anyway. Nice green. That's a huge momentum killer.
Jumper with the bailout pass to the left hash, gets an extra pass to the left corner, who greens it, make it a 10-point ball game. 3 minutes left to go. It is getting exciting here, and yes, it is a best-of-3, and you get a pluck. We're going the other way, and that's going to be, they called a timeout because they feared a pluck right back. I thought they were going to try to foul and maybe get an intentional, but instead it's going to be a ball out of to the side here. Inbound, 10-point game. Nice
two-way
timeout.
Play there from Royal. The 3 into the pluck. That is a massive, massive play from your power forward. I thought that Krazy had his number in game 2 in a positional comparison. Not this game. I think Royal's been great.
And by the way, for folks in the
he just
chat,
hit another.
Harris, let him know. Let him know what Royal went by last year.
Last year, he went by Dior Kicks, if you remember that name. He was part of the pre-draft process. Very good power forward. I think he just missed out in the league. If he keeps playing like this, it might end up being his future.
And there's the point where they had the crab, but he got blocked from the back and the side as Bash takes it in. Bash is not afraid to go up with it. He's like 50-50 once he goes up. But so far, no look. This is where you turn up. This is where you start hunting for threes. And of course, if you're Public Enemy, you got to know that, right? So you're making sure you give up the 2s a little bit more and maybe bait the 3s, but you're okay giving up 2s. You're trusting Jumper. You're trusting his pace.
I'm a little bit worried. It might be too little.
Oh boy!
Late. Except for the turnover. There's,
oh boy!
There
Need
it is.
this
There's
one.
Kaii.
Oh, that one's not going to go, but they get the offensive board. And immediately gets fouled. That's a shot that's got to go if you're a no-look. That's
the Kaii impact that I'm talking about, man. His ability to just turn possessions on a dime. You got to hit that 3, though, if you're Krazy. I know that's a deep one for a power forward, but this is what we're here for, right? You got to hit those shots.
Bash trying to get some separation, but he's got about 4 seconds left to do something with it. Has the mid, he walks it back, takes a contested shot. Great team box out as Sick is going to get the board. Easily hands it off to Jumper. As he's got swipers everywhere. Dotted the right corner. Everyone try to go for the steal. You've got flopping on the court. 61-47. Public Enemy comfortable with the lead at the moment. About a minute 38 left in this one.
GG's in the
Kaii with the 3 of his own.
Still calling GG's. I think they're 1 possession too short, man. That crazy missed 3. Yeah, there it is. 1 possession too short.
Not sure what's going on with those corners, but you see the flopping. And we hope that this was going to be a great one. It was momentarily, but reckless play by No Look has made this one a little bit tough of a comeback to have. As you see Public Enemy taking another steal there.
Man, what a game from Rim. 7 of 8 from the field, 6 of 7 from 3, 2 steals. Kind of reminds us of that game 1 game where Token was a little bit slow where Jumper was a little slow shooting the ball. Great performance from Big Rim. And there it is.
There it is. And Scott, I agree with you. Flopping, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but shout out to Jumper and Big Rim. Big Rim had a great performance in game 1. Here in game 3, he had 20 points, knocked down 6 of 7 from beyond the arc. And Bash, slow start with game 1, only had 3 points. Then in game 2, he had 9. And then in game 3, he had 22 points on 13 shots. Shout out to Chris, the UPA nerd with the stats, I will say. That's it, Harris. It's Public Enemy that wins the MPBA Gauntlet Finals on the Xbox side. What'd you think of that series, man?
Well, I thought it's just a great start to the UPA Pro-Am series for Sick and Jumper. You know, this is kind of, this has been their goal from the jump, that they really wanted to make an impact on Pro-Am this year. You know, I know that last year pre-draft didn't really go the way that Jumper wanted it to go, but now here we are. He's got a full team. He's got Token. He's got Big Rim. He's got Sick. He's got Royal. Like, he has a good team, and this shows that what their potential is when they're on their day. Obviously, it's just the gauntlet, and we had five replays. But at the same time, I still think it's a good start for Public Enemy. And Nolik's got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Their offense was just a little too inconsistent.
Yeah, I think it was also just the fact that you had the delays and they weren't able to kind of bounce back like they initially started game 3. But that's it for us at the UPA. Again, that was the Xbox MPBA Finals for the Gauntlet. It's Public Enemy that takes it this time. And I believe we're going to have the PS5 Finals sometime tomorrow. So make sure you follow WR and UPA on Twitter, as they will be announcing those games and the times. We appreciate you being here with us, and it is past midnight. So if it's your birthday, happy birthday. This is Harris, India, Chris, Coach Jay, and from the UPA and all of us here, have a good night. Stay safe.
Adios.